The fuse has been lit, it's Wednesday night, Denise and Reg post Dynamite, come and get your Easter eggs, it's a dub. Middle of the week, it's AEW Dynamic Wrestling and end your night with us, it's a must. It's Dynamite, it might combust. Speak now, we're gonna give you all the recap. Live on YouTube is where you see that. The Cali connection with the feedback.
Hey there, everyone. We are back. The California Connection is in the building. It is Wednesday, October 23rd, and we are here to chat some AEW Dynamite. I'm Denise Salcedo. Reg, what's up, man? You got the banana beanie happening.
Banana? Are you colorblind? I think this is orange, maybe.
Did we have this same discussion with this exact same beanie already?
You might be right. We do kind of run things back. We're old people. I'm an old person. I don't know about you, but I'm here. Your favorite rap, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, Righteous Regis Media, man. Very excited to be here. Very fun episode of Dynamite. Denise Salcedo is in a mood for some reason, but we're going to try to move through in a nice way where everything's good and we're having a great time. I'm happy to be here, Denise. What's up with you? Why are you laughing like that?
Wait, hold on. You're like, Denise is in a mood. I'm out here. I just call out your little yellow banana beanie and Denise is in a mood.
Listen, I don't know. Your attitude seemed a little bit, I don't know. What's up with you, Denise? What's up?
I'm sorry, Reg. I'm having an off day, okay?
See, I knew it. Something in the air. I was like, something's in the air in Denise's house. I don't know what it is. What's up with you, Denise? What's up with your Wednesday? It's the weather?
You don't know. I'm tired. I didn't sleep that much last night. I think it's one of those days where all I want to do is take a nap. That's it. I just want to go to sleep. Everyone leave me alone. I'm going to go to sleep. That's the mood I'm in. But that beanie, Reg, is yellow.
Is it? Oh, damn. Denise is colorblind. You guys, that's crazy.
That's yellow. Chat is going to let us know here in the comments. Wow. Is that orange or yellow? That is yellow.
Look, you guys. This is an orange beanie. I'm just making sure that we all know this is orange.
No, it's yellow. Yellow. I'm waiting for people's comments to come in.
I'm
like my life depends
confirm.
on it. You see, there's people here that are like orange, yellow. See, everyone sees it differently. So at least I'm not colorblind.
Yeah. This is an orange beanie, you guys. I don't know the light, but this is all orange and y'all are all colorblind.
Scaring me. I don't want to be colorblind.
That's fun. What if you just discover it after all these years? You're like, damn, I've been colorblind that whole time.
No, because I've seen orange before.
Have you?
Yes.
Was it yellow?
You can't just like randomly, can I just be randomly turned colorblind?
Anything can happen. Anything's possible.
I'm done with everybody. I'm done with everybody today. All right, let's get into AEW Dynamite. Reg, first of all, you weren't here last week. You ditched us to go have a good time at the show. Mm-hmm. How was last week's show for you live? And what'd you think of tonight's episode of Dynamite?
I had a lot of fun last week. People are talking about probably the highlight of the show was Shelton and Lio Rush last week. Everybody's just kind of talking about Shelton being out there looking gigantic, Lio being amazing in all these little different spots that he gets into. Really fun show, really fun. I'm really loving the flow of Dynamite. Tonight was really apparent the way that they kind of spliced in. I love that they did that point where they talked about upcoming shows. It's like, we got on October, blah, blah, blah. Like, you guys should have been doing this for a long time. I love the little promo package they had with Camille and Chris Statlander, where they were like, next week, these two are going to face off, and look how badass they are. The flow of this show was really great, and it felt like the beginnings of something really cool.
I'm starting to get used to these little overruns that they keep doing every week. Although it was funny because when the show ended, I was like, is the show over? Are we done? Is the show over? I even stuck around for a few extra minutes just to make sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I kept thinking the show was going to go on for whatever reason. And obviously we ended with a pretty sad note of poor Chuck Taylor being taken out. So I guess we'll start there for AEW this week because we've been getting too many of this, Reg. People keep getting taken out. We just see people practically looking like dead on the freaking mat. It's terrible. And I'm right here all sad watching people be sent off. We got one we were just talking about with Bryan Danielson, and we were all sad during that whole thing. And now we're watching Chuck Taylor, and he gets taken out with the freaking chair around his neck, and he's out. So what are we thinking here? I mean, we had Private Party and the Bucks, which we'll get to in a second. I kind of want to focus on the aftermath of what happened afterwards, which was basically Jon Moxley's group coming into AEW, and the whole entire night, The whole roster was like waiting for them in the parking lot. They had like their bats ready. They were ready to F them up. But at the end of the day, they came out and attacked them from behind. And so they attacked Private Party from behind. And that's when we saw this whole melee ensued. Chuck Taylor runs out there. He gets taken out. I mean, the AEW roster got outsmarted here.
Yeah, I like how they kind of prefaced it earlier in the show, Denise. They had everybody outside. Chuck Taylor came out and was like, Mark Briscoe's match is coming up, you guys. Anybody who wants to support him, come on. Then they had a little heart-to-heart of Chuck Taylor being like, I've known you for 20 years, Orange Kassidy. Like, it's going down out there. Like, they need if they need anybody's help, it's you, dude. You're a day one guy. You're AEW to the core. What are you going to do about it? And so them giving the audience like, yo, this is Orange Kassidy's friend. I didn't know that it was going to end with him dead on the mat, but, you know, that's how it leads. I'm loving kind of that energy of, I think Jon Moxley and his group want to get these emotion out of Orange Kassidy, because everything they're kind of pitching to the younger people in AEW or the people that have been here for a long time is like, you need some fire. You can't be complacent. You can't just be sitting here having a good time. We're doing something different. We're doing something new. If I got to get you out of your comfort zone, get you into some fire by breaking your friend's neck right here on national TV, here we go. And at the end, Denise, Orange Kassidy just looking over him, you could see him kind of building up, being like, I have to do something about this. I can't let this continue to happen. This is telling a great story for Orange Kassidy, and I thought it was a great way to get that emotion out of him.
So is this what Jon Moxley's group is doing now? Like they're just, well, we know that they're running rampant on AEW, but are they basically trying to wake people up, wake up the talent that they think should be doing better? Because that's what we were seeing with Wheeler Yuta when not with Wheeler Yuta. Who was it when they was a Private Party, right? When they got taken out with the hammer on the hand and that whole thing was Private Party. And then on top of that, then you had Darby Allin. Darby Allin had to see Bryan Danielson get dismantled right in front of his face. And now you're seeing the same thing for Orange Kassidy here today.
Yep. Yeah, Denise, I kind of have this question for Phil this weekend, and I'll pose the same question to you. Jon Moxley has been saying a lot of things, and they've been kind of, I don't want to say right, but everything he's saying has kind of been on the money. He said that about a Private Party, and look at them. They're now going to be in a tag team match with
So are
the
you
Young
saying
Bucks.
he has like the Midas touch? All of a sudden,
I don't know.
You get attacked by Jon Moxley and his group, and all of a sudden you're gonna find yourself in a title program. Because think about it it's different though for Orange Kassidy, because Orange Kassidy, and it's different for Darby Allin too, because Darby Allin has been TBS champion multiple times, was also tag team champions with Sting, and then with freaking Orange Kassidy, AEW International Champion. So it's not like they haven't done anything. I think it was more so for Private Party.
No, Jon Moxley wants more. They haven't been world champion. That's what he's talking about. Like, what are we here for? We're here to win world championships. I'm the world champion right now. This is how you do it. Are you guys going to become world champion? I guess my question is, can the villain be right? Is it one of those stories where like the villain is saying all these things and you're like, but actually he's kind of more right than the hero is, right? Does that feel like what it is? Or am I just on the villain side here?
I see what you're getting at here, because that's what I was saying when we were talking about the story. I started to say, well, why would he be helping these people trying to light a fire underneath their asses if he's the heel? He shouldn't be doing it, right? But at the same time, I can see how, for example, Jon Moxley is what now? 4-time, however many freaking times AEW, three-time, right? 3-time AEW world champion. Okay. So then he's maybe internally getting frustrated by everybody else who isn't working as hard as him. I can see that. Right. But then again, like, why would he care?
Because that's the thing here. You know what I mean? Like, he's being a villain. He's saying, but the greater good is for AEW to be the best. The greater good is for everybody in the locker room to be the best. So he has all this competition. He has all these people. He gets to fight for this AEW World Championship. He wants his competition to be at the top shape. He wants everybody to feel like AEW is the best roster there is. And if he has to do it this way, then this is the way to do it, right?
So then should we be rooting for Jon Moxley and his group?
That's what I'm saying. That's my question. Like, he's a villain, but he's saying all the right things. Denise, am I supposed to be cheering for him?
That's okay, because if he wants the better for AEW and he wants all these people to be champions and he wants Private Party to be champions and Darby and Orange Kassidy, hell, these are all people I like. I want to see Darby Allin as champion too. So in that case, I'm going to have to start siding with Jon Moxley.
Whoa, damn, I turned Denise on the team Moxley. That's crazy. But seriously, though, I want those guys to win.
I've just been along for the ride, Reg. Like, you haven't gotten, like, they haven't, with the new group of Jon Moxley, with his whole new group, I haven't necessarily had a moment where I'm like, holy shit, this is so freaking great. I haven't had that moment, because even the attack and like everything that went down with Bryan Danielson, that had like a different feel. And also I went into the show already expecting that. I already knew this was going to happen to Bryan Danielson. And so I wasn't necessarily like so surprised by it. And then it left me just in a like a womp womp mood, because I knew we weren't going to see Bryan Danielson wrestle for a very long time. Totally. And so I was sort of left there just kind of hanging. But I don't know if the group itself has won me over just yet. Although I do like where we're going. I will tell you, I'm liking more the direction of where we're going than I originally thought. I originally thought that I was going to completely hate it. Now I'm at least curious to see where it goes.
It's just kind of showing me where dynamics are in pro wrestling, because this whole thing is like, are we supposed to cheer for them? Like, are there people are like, is this person the babyface? Is this person the heel? Like, are there any hard dynamics where these people are hardcore heels? There were with like Hangman Page and Swerve, but a lot of it is just like kind of up for interpretation. And like, we're supposed to boo them because they sent Bryan Danielson off, but everything else they're doing is trying to make this company better.
See, so in that case, we should be here rooting for this group. That's it. I guess that's where we're at with this now.
That's crazy. I don't know where we're going to end up here, but here we go.
You brought it up and I had no, Reg, I didn't have any counterpoints. I was like, all right, he's right. He wins the argument. Listen, is no argument. I don't
like
got anything else
AEW.
to contribute.
That's what I'm saying. We like AEW. He's like, yo, we need to be better for AEW. Let's get this company together. He's just trying to get morale up.
And then in that case, it would make the AEW roster look bad because they hate their guts. They were waiting for them out there today with their freaking bats and shit, wanting to kick their asses. So
you're bringing up a different point here.
Am I supposed to be anti the AEW locker room now?
Think of who was out there, though, Denise. Like, think of the people that were waiting for him. There wasn't anybody that, like, there wasn't any of Denise's favorite wrestlers out there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, were your favorite wrestlers out there, Reg?
There's a couple of the homies out there, but there weren't any of like the top stars out there. You see, you get what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I get what you're getting at. So basically you're saying it's all the people that Jon Moxley doesn't deem good enough.
Exactly. The other people aren't. I guess they hate them because they're trying to take over the show, but like what they're going for, everybody's, I feel, kind of the same way, you know?
All right. Okay, well, let's see where everybody's at. We're getting some super chats in here, and then we'll circle back to Private Party and the Young Bucks. We got Crazy 101 in the house who kicks us off, saying, this Friday will mark 1 full year since Denise got her first and only gimmick, the choo-choo gimmick, after telling her train story. Oh, I forgot about that.
So many things have happened, Denise. I forget about bits.
I completely forgot about that. What the hell were we even talking about? And then I was like, what sound does the train make?
And we were talking about Braun Strowman, maybe. I don't know, something. Was it? Or like
Braun Strowman on
maybe
an AEW show.
You went out of town and you were saying, I don't know, something weird. It was a weird way to get there. I don't know.
Oh my God, I had completely forgotten about that. That's hilarious. All right, we had Crazy 101 who says, on my mama, the learning old, just leave. Reg, you got to hit your line. You got to hit your line.
I like the learning tree.
By the way, I was bummed out when Brian Keith ran out there and that they didn't play the Bad Apple song. You know, sometimes they play the music. Sometimes they don't.
No, you can't play the song when he's running out to interfere.
But I was rooting for you. I wanted your song to play again, Reg. I'm on your side.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You got to be clicking play whenever you can.
You're right.
We got Chris Likes Vegas that says, I'm going to be real with y'all. I had little interest in Dynamite tonight when I tuned in, and then I see Jericho and turned off the show. So that's 2 comments already that we've gotten on Jericho. So let's get to that, and we'll circle back to Private Party and Bucks. But like many of us anticipated, guys, all of us saw this coming. The writing was on the wall. Reg, I actually thought this was happening at All Out. And I kept telling everybody this is happening. Chris Jericho's winning the Ring of Honor World Championship again. And it didn't happen. And I thought, shit, I was wrong. How was I so wrong on this? And then afterwards, once they actually made the rematch, I went into this fully expecting Chris Jericho to win. So I'm like, there's no way he is going to lose to Mark Briscoe twice in a row. And that is exactly what we saw here, guys. We had a ladder match with Mark and Jericho. It wasn't bad. There were some great moments in there. Marq Briscoe hit that amazing froggy bow off the top of the ladder to Jericho on the table.
Scary.
Really great hype, really great depth. There was a lot in there. Jericho wins this match, and he's the Ring of Honor World Champion. And then we had Tomohiro Ishii come out and sort of confront him. That's a whole lot. That I couldn't even remember what the hell was going on with Ishii and Chris Jericho, but that's where we're at. We're here with Jericho once again as Ring of Honor World Champion. So, Reg, where are you at?
Do I have to? Can we just move to the next topic? Okay, the good in this. Very fun ladder match. I would like to give it up to Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho's in his 50s, Denise, and most of Chris Jericho's really good to great matches in the last 2 years have been plunder matches, things that involve ladders, tables, crazy stuff that like in this point in his career, he doesn't have to do that stuff. Like he's Chris Jericho, like he could have the most boring matches of all time and be fine, but he doesn't. He tries to up the ante. He tries to really push the envelope in a lot of these matches. And I thought that he did it here. There was a lot of very dangerous spots. Like again, like Chris Jericho, you don't have to do that, dude. Like you've been doing this for a long time. Dangerous out there. Marq Briscoe was going crazy. He was bleeding. He did that insane elbow drop off the top. The J Drillers looked great. I thought that he played a really in peril baby face. Big Bill choke slamming Marq Briscoe from the inside of the ring to the outside of the ring. Mike Awesome style through two tables. Phenomenal. I jumped up and down when I saw it.
That was a good way to eliminate him, like from the match itself. Yeah,
it really
was. And he had the whole learning tree up against him. Big Bill carried up Chris Jericho up the ladder so that he could grab the championship and then still carried him back down.
Chris Jericho.
So this isn't like Jericho defeated him clean and on his own. He had a lot of help here. But now it's just a matter of, okay, Reg, I can't really say much because I haven't been keeping up with Ring of Honor. I have no earthly idea what's going on. You were covering Ring of Honor on a weekly basis. I'm assuming you still watch Ring of Honor on a weekly basis. And if so, how does Chris Jericho play into what you're seeing over on the Ring of Honor side of television?
He don't. It's just like they want to get that Nueve thing over. Like they just want to have another, like Chris Jericho needs a world championship. Which one can we put on him? Let's do the Ring of Honor championship. It's kind of exactly like last time. He won the Ring of Honor championship, then he was never on Ring of Honor. He just had the belt. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. Ring of Honor's in a crazy place right now. I was at the tapings last week, like, you know, Denise, and like they film like one or two matches, Ring of Honor matches before the show. And then like after they do Dynamite, Collision, after they do Dynamite, Rampage, then they film more matches. And like by that time, people are dead, Denise. Like how you know, wrestling tapings are long. Same thing with Collision. They do Collision, Battle of the Belts, and then more Ring of Honor match. And it's like it's great that these people are able to be in those positions, but it's still in like a sad place because a lot of people are leaving. It's just like it could be in a better place. If this brings anything to Ring of Honor, that's great. Like if people are like, oh, let me check out Ring of Honor, that's great. I don't know if it will. I just feel like it's like Chris Jericho's a champion, a world champion. Now we could call him this. I thought the match was fine. It was fun, but like Ring of Honor, I don't know.
So you bring up a good point, though. You bring up a good point about the shooting schedule, right? And the long shooting stuff with Dynamite and Collision and just everything that they do, right? I've sat through some of those. I've showed up where it was like, okay, you're watching a set of matches before the actual show. Then you get the show and then don't leave everybody because we got plenty more. And then after that, there's plenty more after that. I've been to those shows. I've seen what goes down. So that is the thing, though. If you do have Chris Jericho on the show, maybe that can definitely help with people, maybe. But do you think he's even gonna like appear that's
the thing. Like if you're like, okay, stay after the show, after Dynamite, because we got Chris Jericho on the Ring of Honor show, yeah, that makes sense. That's gonna happen, but that's not gonna happen. It didn't happen in the last one, and I don't really feel like it's gonna happen this time. They could be changing everything and going in a new direction. Like we could wait it out and see, but like if they're gonna do anything like last time, it's just gonna be him as Ring of Honor champion on Dynamite, which is like ROH is being represented, but like not in the way that is helpful to the actual show that happens on Honor Club, you know?
Right. I see. I'm sorry. I just feel so out of the loop with Ring of Honor that I'm at the point where I'm just like, whatever happens over there happens. It does not affect me whatsoever because I'm out of the loop.
If anything, Denise, I don't know. This is Gaz. We're talking about Ring of Honor right now.
Oh, hey, there you go. Another good point. We're actually talking about Ring of Honor. You see, Reg, you just came out here and you were just dropping a bunch of good points.
Okay, the thing that I did not like about it, did not like, Ishii immediately comes out and Mark Briscoe's erased from our memory. Like, wait a second, like, let's take in, this was historic that Mark Briscoe won this championship. Like, there was a lot that went into it. And in a moment, it's over. We're moving on to Ishii. I didn't like that at all. I hated it.
I think they did it for that specific reason, though. They did it for the reason of like they knew that people were going to be like down in the dumps about Jericho winning the Ring of Honor World Championship. So they didn't want to spend too much time spotlighting that and being like, oh, I know we don't like this, but hey, here's Tomohiro Ishii,
like
and you all like him. So look at this that you do like to kind of take away from what you don't like. So I feel like it was just them trying to like not sell that particular moment so much, right?
Yeah, you bring up a pretty good point, Denise. I think that's actually exactly what it was. But for Mark Briscoe, still, it's like, I want to be sad about it. Like, if you're going to take the championship from him, let me get a moment to be like, this sucks. Don't immediately move on. Like, I know they're still going to, Mark Briscoe has a lot of legs in AEW. Like, Ring of Honor isn't even a thing at this point for him. But that was just a sad way to kind of immediately move on after how historic the win and what that represented. You know what I mean?
Right. And thanks so much to Chris Like Vegas for a super chat. We got Matt Logan here who says that show had its moments, but it was not the better Dynamite. I mean, there were like two things in particular that you know what? There was two things that I in particularly liked. It was the Kyle Fletcher promo, which, truth be told, was the big thing. I think the big reason to watch Dynamite today. If you didn't actually watch the show, you can probably just watch the clip online. But to me, that was the best thing. That, and then I know people are also going to mention the Shelton Benjamin match. I forgot to mention that. And then the Hangman Jay White stuff at the beginning. I did enjoy that. So there was three things that I liked on the show today. But everything else was just kind of like, okay, well, you know what happened.
It happened. Wow. I liked Camille and Aminata. You didn't like that?
It happened, Reg.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't bad, but it happened.
Shaders.
What else was there? Okay, then there was the Hook and Christian and Patriarchy stuff. It happened. The Adam Cole stuff. It happened. What else? The Brian Cage Lance
Archer Adam match. Cole stuff.
It happened.
Okay. All right, Denise. Now I see what you're doing.
I'm sorry. There's certain things where I watch and I'm like, all right, cool, it happened.
Oh, nice. Roderick Strong was with Adam Cole. That's
stop it. Gotcha. And then there's other things where I'm like, yes, this is getting my blood going. This is getting me excited. I just have different reactions to certain things.
That's fair. That's fine. I liked it. I liked a lot of it. There was only a couple things that I didn't like completely, but I thought most of it was pretty good.
What are yours? You shit on mine, Reg. What were yours?
The only thing I didn't really like is the Ishii part, and that maybe is it. There wasn't anything that was too offensive. There was like a couple moments that weren't like earth-shattering, but I thought
that's
like
what I'm saying. That's literally what I just said, Reg, and you were like, so you didn't like this that much?
Because you were like, I only like these many things. Everything else, take it or leave it.
What? Was it not take it or leave it? Like, sure, fine, it happened. It was enjoyable on the show. Great, whatever. But then there's other things that are more memorable that I'm actually going to want to talk about.
It's on the show. Yeah, great, whatever. Who cares?
Okay, I am not crazy here, okay?
No, you're good. You're good.
Shelton Jackson says, Jericho winning the Ring of Honor World title is the reason why we can't have nice things in wrestling. Ring of Honor with that BS, plus hoping Private Party ends the Bucks' stale-ass title reign next week. All right, so let's get to the stuff with Private Party and the Young Bucks, because I have a feeling, Reg, that based off of what went down at All Out, that the powers that be over at AEW saw the light. They saw the light, Reg. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the reactions that people had at AEW All Out is what led to this match here, Private Party getting another victory over the Young Bucks non-title match, to them challenging the Young Bucks to a title match. However, they had to make it interesting for the Young Bucks, because why would the Young Bucks want to give them a title shot? I know they just defeated them, but it's the Young Bucks. They're not going to want to give them a title shot. So they said, if we lose the next match, it's over. We're not going to be a team anymore. Private Party, if they lose this match, will break up as a team forever. And so that adds some really good intrigue because all of a sudden you're going, huh, so are they winning or are they breaking up here?
I mean,
they gotta be winning, right?
I didn't think there was a world where they could break up, but these days you really never know. I think that adds a really kind of special intrigue to it. Young Bucks kind of have a history of wanting to break up tag teams. And in story, if a tag team keeps challenging you and they say, hey, next time we challenge you, if you beat us, you'll break up, then we don't challenge you anymore. That's pretty good incentive for them to be like, all right, let's do it. So I love that they kind of added that to it. The match was awesome. 6-man match to end the show. This is the Jack Perry that I like that was in this match, Denise. He's on fire. He just seems very much into it. I don't know what kind of different motivation he had going into this match, but like, this is the Jack Perry that we love to see. He was just seemed like a different wrestler out there. Private Party is on fire. They're trying to win those tag team championships. They're showing you that you should be behind them for a good reason. There's a reason that they're in this position. Daniel Garcia is on fire right now. He's the potential next TNT championship champion. I think this main event established a lot with the future. This show and kind of what they've been doing for the last couple of weeks and months has established the future of this company. And yeah, that added incentive. I'm like, they can't lose though, right, Denise? There is a world where they could lose, but they cannot absolutely lose, which would mean in turn, Private Party could be the new AEW World Tag Team Champions next week. And for the history of this company, that's pretty huge. And next week, I'm gonna freak out. Should we, Denise, real quick, get into it next week? You want to hop back on the watch along stream for the
Reg,
Halloween
I got
Havoc?
you addicted to watch alongs, did I not?
You did. Today I was like, why aren't we watching? Why am I just watching this show like a loser by myself with the screen on? What fun is this? There's no fun in this. Yeah, the whole Dynamite, I'm like, what is this? I'm just sitting here like, oh, not talking out loud, not commenting on it. Thanks a lot, Denise. You ruined my life.
Well, I'm sorry. I've said this a million times. I'm like, I don't want to bug you, Reg. I'm like, I just let you be. I had no idea that you actually enjoyed doing the watch-alongs.
I'm locked in now. I'm like, where are all the homies? I want to know what the homies are thinking of this. It's just like it's fun watching it, but it's more fun.
We got everybody addicted.
It's crazy.
Got you addicted to watch-alongs.
I didn't think so. It's so crazy. Like when you first initially, when I had never done one, you're like, let's do a watch-along. I was like, I don't know, like just sitting and people are looking at us.
You were stressed.
I was, Denise.
You were like, when's my bathroom break? When am I going to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, how do you time? Like, how do you time this out? I can't figure it out. Then we did it, and I was like, oh, that's chill. You just sit here and watch it, and people are hanging out with you. Like, yeah, I'm strapped in. So now you ruined my life. Now I just want to watch along everything. I'm like, who wants to watch something together? It's crazy.
All right. Okay, fine. Well, we will do a watch along next week for what are they calling it? Fright Fest?
I said Halloween Havoc. That's crazy. Yeah, Fright Night Dynamite.
Halloween Havoc, and I didn't even correct you.
You did. You were like,
no, guys, I told you I need a fucking nap. Okay, I really need a nap, guys. I'm tired.
Fright Night Dynamite, you guys. Sorry.
Okay.
About that.
Wow. Wow, Reg. Wow.
I know.
I'm ashamed of you. Okay.
It's your fault, Denise, because I went on the stream today, and you have a stream link on there for Halloween Havoc. So I'm blaming this on Denise.
All right. Well, we will be here for Fright Night Dynamite.
Fright Night.
I'm
That's excited.
A really good name, by the way. Fright
Night.
That
is pretty
Dynamite.
Good. Yeah.
We just forgot. All right. But anyways, Fright Night Dynamite. That's happening next week. When does that land on? That lands on the 30th.
30th.
That's the day before Halloween. Okay, so you got to come in a costume.
Yeah, of course. I'm already ready, Denise. I know. I got this. Don't worry.
Okay, it took us how long? I have officially changed Reg's entire personality. Made you into watch along, got you into costumes.
That's crazy. I'm about to get into TikToks. This is wild. This is all Denise's fault.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can change him, and I did.
Wow.
I'm giving girls hope everywhere.
Look at that. Right on camera. You can watch it on all of our shows. Like the transition is like, he didn't like watch alongs. Then he did a watch along. Now he watches along. You know, there you go.
Give me 3 weeks and you're going to be hosting BJ's parties.
Whoa, hold on a minute. Let's slow walk the dog into that. And still, BJ's party's forever going to sound crazy.
Awesome. But yes, I think I'm going to just go out there and say it. I'm thinking that they're going to have Private Party become champs. It's going to happen. Like, you can't, after that promo that they cut on them, the Bucks at the pay-per-view, telling them that they're nothing and they've done nothing. Dude, you can't beat them twice for the titles.
Right. Yeah. I think that you described it a great way too, Denise, of like them making the stipulation, I think, on top of it, and Private Party. You can't do that 2 times in a row. Like, I was mad that day, and the way that because remember when the match happened, there were a lot of people online that were comparing it to the Acclaimed and Keith Lee and Swerve, of like, they should have called an audible, they should have did this. I think what, like you're saying, the powers that be saw this, they saw that reaction, they saw what happened when Isiah was kind of chilling and being like, huh, that's interesting, let's do something about this. That's what's amazing about the social media is awful, but it's legit like instant market research. Like, you can get feedback on something you did instantly and move in a different way that way. And this is exactly what it feels like. It works out for everybody because Private Party's awesome and they deserve this moment, and they should have won the championships at that match. So if they're winning them next week, I'm still all in regardless.
Yeah, but no, seriously, putting your thoughts out there on social media, it gets seen. And that leads to a Reg's face.
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, you saw that?
This goes for everybody, okay? There's nothing worse than finding out that someone saw a tweet that you posted and you're just there like, whoops.
Oh, you saw that tweet?
Tweeted that. Didn't know you were watching.
I didn't know you were watching. That's it, dude. Like, I just be talking. I don't know that y'all are watching. People are watching, dude. Careful with those tweets, you guys. Take it from somebody who hasn't been careful. And I'm like, damn, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, you guys. These are all bits. They don't know my bits sometimes, Denise. That's the issue. Like, they don't know when I'm in a bit. They're like, damn, this feels crazy. I'm like, no, this is just a bit.
Yeah. No, tweets be getting everybody in trouble nowadays. Can't say nothing. Reg, just do what I do. Just make jokes of everything.
I try to, and people think of my jokes are real. I'm like, no, that was a joke. And they're like, no, it wasn't.
Oh, man, we're done. Robert Arsenal says the Elite again backing down from Mox's group. That's what, like 2-3 times now that they have not even tried to fight. By the way, are we calling Mox's group the new BCC, John Moxley's group? What are we calling them? The new, didn't they call themselves something last time? The new something?
I feel like we're calling them Mox's group. I feel like the commentary was like,
no, they have a name. They have a name.
They should be the Death Riders, but I don't know if they've established that yet. Did they say that?
I'm pretty sure they called themselves. So wasn't it like the Paradigm or something? No, everyone's saying the Death Riders.
Yeah,
okay.
The Death Riders. That's who they are.
No, but everyone's also saying Mox and crew. See, and someone also said the Paradigm.
I don't know what their name is.
There's 3 different things here. People are like Death Riders, the Paradigm, John Moxley's group. We have
Mox and Co.
Wait, what did you say? Mox and Co?
Mox and Co. But no, I don't want it to be Moxley something. Like, it needs to be like, it's a group. It's not just him.
I think the Death Riders should be the name. It sounds really cool.
Yes.
But the fact that we're out here debating, keep in mind, we all watch AEW on a weekly basis and are out here debating as to what the group's name is. They need to set it in stone for us.
They can't be BCC anymore because the Regal connection's gone. Brian's gone. They need a new name, a new fresh start.
Called the Not BCC.
The Not BCC. No, those letters, they got us in trouble too often. That's what I was saying. I don't want BCC anymore because people mistakenly put the other thing, and like, I just don't want to deal with it anymore. Like, let's
BBC,
move forward.
BBL.
That's saying, right? Like, it's too easy to mix it up.
Luke Thornton here says tonight felt like a build-up and filler, but bright spots were Jamie's promo, trios, Guevara and Shelton. The latter match was fun, but felt like an ROH show. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, everyone likes something different. If something's rocked other people's boats, that may not have rocked your boat, you know?
Yeah, there was that was my high point too. Let's get into Shelton and Sammy Guevara, because I really like Sammy Guevara, is what I realized today on the show. The kind of way that I talk about, like, it's not as extreme as like Darby Allin or like that, but Sammy Guevara has like a certain kind of explosiveness, and I don't give a fuck about anything in his matches. That is a bright spot in the show, and that's always needed. Like, every Sammy match, you're like, this fool's gonna do something crazy. Like he might do some crazy flip, he might do some crazy kind of cutter. And I just love that aspect. And I felt like that in this match. I was like, damn, Sammy Guevara is like a needed aspect in the show. And it's like he gets unfortunate injuries or things that land him out of the company for extended amounts of times. And he's needed, dude. Like he needs to be more than just the ROH tag team champion right now. Like he could be an inaugural part of the show. And I hope that they continue to build on that.
So I got the answer for you here because Sammy Guevara has always been an entertaining performer. Like people have always liked his matches, I would say, for the most part. I mean, the stuff that he did with Cody Rhodes is some of my personal favorites. But there was two things that I think hurt Sammy, and then the one thing that helped. So the two things that I think hurt Sammy, one was being part of the Jericho vortex for a very long time. How many times didn't he and Jericho, were they friends? They weren't friends. They were friends. I mean, we went back and forth so many times. And then two, I think, was a lot of the backstage drama and fights that came out. And that kind of got people going like, oh, there's Sammy again getting into problems. And you were seeing a lot of that on social media. And I remember like some of the reactions that Sammy would get would be like, F you, Sammy. Like the people were fed up. Like he was getting that Jericho heat. Like he was getting that on the shows. And it almost felt, I remember one time he did some like really crazy spot, right? And the fans completely marked for it, right? But then immediately after, the crowd started chanting, "You still suck," even after he had done like this really cool moment, right? So it kind of felt like Sammy couldn't get back into the good graces of the people, right? So then, he was out for a bit. He became a father. He was gone for. I felt like I didn't see him for like a good amount of time, and I think that break and then him finally coming back and then going back into just like focusing in on the wrestling. I think that kind of got people going, hey, yeah, I remember I like Sammy. And I think that definitely helped, was sort of like we can forget about some of the things that were turning you away from Sammy. Now you can appreciate the things that Sammy, the good things that Sammy does bring to the table, because he's always been this performer. He's always been a good performer. It's just been some of the storylines and some of the outside stuff that I think contributed to people not wanting to root for the guy the way that you would root for a Darby Allin or, all of those things.
Yeah, no, when you started talking, I remembered his ex-fiance and I was like, oh yeah, people did not like that when he like proposed on the show and then he ended up not getting, people were very upset about that. And it was like when building goodwill with people, Denise, could take a lot. And if they like know about things like that, it's going to take some time to overcome that. And exactly like you described, I think him going away, kind of just being out of the spotlight, having a wife, having a kid, maturing, plays a big part of it too. Like a lot of the stuff, this is a young guy. So a lot of these things, like he's still navigating, still growing up. He's like in a huge role in a huge position at a young age and he didn't expect it and given all this stuff. So like, he's still trying to do that. But like the crowd knowing that he's matured, that adds on to it. So he can like come back and rebuild that goodwill and continue with that goodwill if he just has great matches like this.
I hope he does. I really hope he does. Like you said, I think the key word here is goodwill. If people see that you're changing, you're maturing, you're doing what needs to be done, then okay, great. We can, get on your side again and we can root for you. As long as, things don't go too crazy, right? You can still get people's love and admiration back. So I don't know.
I think with the beautiful wife and kid that like he's not trying to get into too much trouble or do anything crazy. He's just trying to like go to work, have fun and live his life. But I mean, you never know. Like it's crazy outside.
Exactly. So I do hope that we see Sammy again just go out there and shine as a professional wrestler and win people over in that fashion. And it's working so far because we're sitting here talking about this match with him and Shelton Benjamin. And I'll tell you what I liked about this match. So there's something that this match had and the match that Shelton Benjamin had with Lio Rush. There was two things in particular that I enjoyed. And those two things are that the theme of those two matches was that Shelton Benjamin was seen as this like super dominant force, like this person who just came back and is stronger and better than ever. And I like that they have made him look that way. Like they've made him look menacing again. And I thought that was important because if you watched WWE and you watch Shelton Benjamin, you always knew he's a great wrestler. We've always known that. That's never been in question. But it's been more so of like, oh, well, he wasn't like a big star towards the end of his career anymore. So that could kind of like, sometimes get people to be a little disinterested, right? when somebody is at the tail end of their career and then they come into another company, it won't be as explosive as like if, I don't know, if tomorrow Seth Rollins came into AEW, everybody would be losing their shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's different levels of where you're at. And so I feel like they had to build up, or just not build up, rather remind people that, hey, this is what Shelton Benjamin can do. That's one. And then two, this is how he fits into the story. And this is why we're doing it this way, because we're building him up as a guy, again, that's menacing, because we're building up the whole group. Now, keep in mind, too, they've had to do without Bobby Lashley. Yeah. Bobby Lashley hasn't came in yet. So the group really had to, hold their own without their main, the main entree of the group, which is Bobby Lashley. So that's what I've liked about these last 2 weeks for Shelton, is that they've made him look scary. They've made him look menacing. And that's important, I think, for the overall interest of the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, totally. Like the way that he started the match today, he just picked Sammy up and just flung him in the air. It's like, damn, Shelton Benjamin's huge. He looks scary. He's menacing. Yeah, them establishing, I think that's pretty important what you brought up, Denise. They haven't had Bobby Lashley here, who would have kind of been doing the same thing if he would have been having matches of like, Bobby Lashley's gigantic, he's throwing guys around. But for them to establish of like, one thing I like about AEW, when they said that Shelton was coming in, there's a lot of people with questions like, well, why are you bringing Shelton Benjamin in? What role does he play? Why does he fit in here? AEW is establishing off rip. Well, this is why. Look what he could do with young guys that are the future of this business. Look what he could do with Lio Rush. Look at what he could do with Sammy Guevara. He's in there with them. He looks big. He looks like a fucking monster, and he could keep up with the best of the best in our company. And them establishing that before Bobby even gets here and does the same thing, I think it's great for the group as a whole. This was a really fun match. They tried to recreate the old Shelton Benjamin and Shawn Michaels super kick spot. Shelton Benjamin was a little too close, I think, was the issue as to why it didn't go like it did. But it did look very hurtful and dangerous as it connected with like Sammy's leg or something, and Sammy took a very hard fall. But this kind of cat and mouse, smaller, faster guy, and Shelton just catching him and destroying him, I think is a really good gimmick, especially leading into next week. We get Shelton and Swerve, which is like, Swerve's not small, but he is fast. He is quick. He can do the same things those guys can do, but he adds a different element by just being, a giant wrestler.
So then that begs the question, prediction time. Do we see Bobby Lashley cost this match for Swerve next week? Because here's the thing. Swerve, I mean, what's the age difference between Shelton and Swerve Strickland?
I think Shelton's in his 50. Is Shelton in his 50?
There's a huge age difference, right?
Maybe
of course,
20 years, close to 20 years.
That's the point. The point I'm trying to make is there's a huge age difference. As much as I love Shelton Benjamin, and he's been great the last 2 weeks that we've been seeing him on AEW, I can't necessarily right now say that he can 100% defeat Swerve Strickland cleanly, because Swerve has been constantly more active and is younger, also former AEW world champion. And then if he just goes out there and beats Shelton Benjamin, it's like, oh, well, okay, that's done. Let's move on to something else, right? So that's not going to happen. Right. So do we get Bobby Lashley coming out next week, finally?
Well, I don't think that Shelton needs this undefeated streak. Like, I don't think he needs to, I don't think if Swerve beats him, it's like, that's it for Shelton Benjamin. But I feel like Bobby Lashley probably will play a role with what goes on next week, just because it feels like the time, you know what I mean? Like, we kind of expected it at Wrestle Dream with that promo. I'm like, maybe Lashley's going to be here, but I love that it didn't actually happen, because just like we've been talking about this last couple minutes, it established Shelton in a different way. So I think getting Shelton some big wins, they've established that this guy is one of those guys. He can afford to lose to the former AEW world champion, one of our top guys in this company, a guy that brushed Bryan Danielson strikes off. Like, Swerve's on a different level, so it would make sense for him to get the victory next week. But I definitely see Bobby Lashley showing up in some capacity.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like next week is when they officially pull the plug and have Bobby Lashley debut. Mm-hmm. And I mean, they're doing this Fright Night show. You always want to give these things a little extra something to talk about. So hey, don't worry, we'll be here for the watch along to do that. So
might wear my orange hat again next week, Halloween themed.
Well, it depends on your costume, Reg.
It's not gonna go with my costume. And Denise thinks it's yellow, so it wouldn't work anyway.
You know, I still have, that's your picture on my phone is your
do.
costume from last year. I still have you as Priest Reg.
It's crazy that was only a year ago. That feels like so long ago. Like,
Hold
damn,
on,
that was it. That was it.
I'm trying to how did
I would be legit, like, if somebody was like, that was 2 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, totally. But that was only a year ago. Time, you guys.
How do you look at someone's photo? You can't just look at
Wow,
the photo.
person doesn't know how to use their own phone. That's
I know, I'm like a
crazy.
grandma. Well, it's because I'm trying to show your picture without showing
Can't
your
you just
phone
go
number.
to the text and then press the top and then
Yeah, but your phone number still comes out. So
wow, don't put my phone number on the internet, Denise. That's
You never know. Maybe some cuties will see it, Reg, and they'll dial and be like, "Hey, Reginald."
Absolutely not. Nope.
Why do they call you righteous?
No, I wish that would be great, but the way that the people be talking on the internet, I'd have to change my phone number.
You never know. Hey, did you see the guy in the crowd today who had a sign that said "I'm single"?
I did see that. I'm like,
that could be you, Reg. That could be you.
I did do one of these when I saw it. I was like, wait, you could do that?
You can do that. See, and you can put your phone number there and be like,
dial. Like, why are you taking it so far? A phone number's a lot, Denise.
Reg, I'm just trying to make sure you get your happy ending, okay?
Oh, okay. Thanks for the help, but geez, Louise.
I'm a good friend, okay? I'm rooting for your happy ending.
That's crazy. 2 times she says it.
Well, hey, if MJF can say it 2 times, why can't I say it 2 times?
That's true. You're right.
All right. We got Adam Cole and MJF to talk about. So 2 things. Adam Cole goes out there. He's joined by the Undisputed Kingdom. Yep. And they're kind of reminding him like, hey, we're friends. We started this whole group together. This wasn't just about MJF. So basically they just want to all still be together. And then we get this promo from MJF where he's getting this massage and he's basically saying he was saying all these things about Adam Cole and saying how he hopes that they do get their happy ending because he knows he's going to get his happy ending. So this is obviously, we've been talking about this continuing since the last 2 weeks and whatnot. But how do you feel about, because one of the questions that we had last week or 2 weeks ago was we didn't know for sure if Adam Cole was going to be realigned with the Undisputed Kingdom or not. And it is happening. Like they are still a thing all together.
Yeah,
we even got the Adam today.
Yeah, right. There was a moment where I was like, all right, are they going to do the turn on him? Because like they did like at one point they all looked to the entrance and I'm like, oh, they're going to do the thing where they beat up Adam Cole, but it didn't get to that. They like hugged and got back together. I'm not mad at it. Like you usually don't get, like my brain was like, oh, they're doing this because they're not friends anymore. But for it to just be a segment of like, hey, we're still friends and let's be friends. And there everybody being like, yeah, let's do it. It's like, all right, that's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not mad at like friends continue to be friends because these guys would stick together like in storyline purpose in real life. Like it makes sense for them to stay together. I loved at the end how they teased Kyle watching too and being like, damn, these are all my homeboys too. Like they look like they're having a good time. I might want to get out there. I like how it also led to Buddy Matthews calling out Adam Cole for next week. We're going to see Adam Cole in action next week. MJF said that if Roderick Strong or Adam Cole beat 3 guys, then they'll get a match with him at Full Gear. And then MJF was like, in order to protect myself, you won't see me on TV all the way until Full Gear. And everybody was like, boo, we don't want to hear that. Why would he say that, Denise?
Is he still filming?
He is.
Okay, well, there you go. Then he's multitasking right now. Let's at least be happy we're getting some vignettes, some skits, something, right?
Would you prefer that or him not being seen at all?
No, I prefer him on the show because you gotta understand, like MJF is such a big part of AEW. I always say this, like to me, when you think of the DNA of AEW, I think of the MJF, and I think for the crowd that goes to the show, you want to see your stars, and those you're not seeing Kenny Omega right now. You see the Young Bucks ever so often. Now we're seeing them a little bit more. So cool, you get to see the Young Bucks, but you always want to see somebody like an MJF there. You don't always get Darby either. It's also, you want to get to see those big people that really make up a lot of what AEW is.
Right. Even if it's just a glimpse, even if it's just him on the screen, like you still want to have that representation on the show. That does make sense.
Yeah, because you get excited. All right, so we got Forever Young Doe here who says, hey guys, what indie promotions in your area should I hit up to try to get booked for? I'm really interested in wrestling in Cali. I've never been. Thanks. This is a great question. So for Southern California, PCW Ultra, I would definitely check PCW Ultra out. That's one. There is also, I mean, when's PWG coming back?
They're not, probably.
They're not?
I don't think so.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. But I mean, obviously,
they could like for like a special show, but like PWG is a promotion that runs all the time. That probably won't ever happen again. We watch it. We just watched the show. We're covering a show that's based off of it at this point. So we watch AEW is PWG. So like,
True. And then I'm trying to think, because a lot of the other ones are like really small. Like I don't even know like some of their names. It's like the really small local ones. But I would at least suggest PCW Ultra. I don't know how often they run, but they do run a couple times a year.
Yeah, they bring out a lot. They'll bring out like 1,100 people like on a random Saturday night at those PCW Ultra shows.
They get a great crowd. Yeah, they do.
They like stay to themselves too. It's kind of crazy how they move. Out here, of course, West Coast Pro is number one. Hood Slam. Juicy's promotion is Oasis Pro. Like there's a lot of great up and coming Bay Area places to work. Those are places that I kind of frequent. Just get on the grind. Like Denise is saying she doesn't know about the smaller ones, but those are the real heart and soul of the independent wrestling promotions. Cause like the bigger ones that we described are flying in people. So you want to just like maybe try to focus on the smaller ones, get your name built up and then move forward.
Actually, I do suggest something that will be like your cheat sheet. So there's SoCalUncensored.com. They have an events calendar. So their events calendar has like pretty much like every major, or at least most of every indie show that is going on in California, North and no, do they just SoCal Uncensored?
Just SoCal? They just do SoCal.
Because sometimes I see them do like northern events too. So, I mean, go check the calendar. Sometimes they do sprinkle in some like Northern California shows, but you go there and you will know what shows are coming up and there's links and stuff. So you can figure out who to contact and whatnot for the TV shows. I mean, for the actual shows, excuse me. So yeah, check those out.
Shout out to SoCal Uncensored. That was like legit one of my first ever message boards like in 2001, a long time ago.
You want to know, I was really weird. Like I didn't do message boards like the way that everybody else did. I was on like 2 message boards, but I was on very briefly. And the message boards that I was on, I think Mickey James had like a website and she had a little message board on there. And I was part of that message board.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I feel like that was the only one, but I was never a message board person, like ever. I did not even start talking about wrestling on the internet with other people until like the last 5 years of my life.
Oh, damn. You like missed all of it. You were like through like the golden age of like internet message board and stuff.
Yeah, I was not on it because I was only like on social media for like other stuff, right? Like I was on MySpace and all of those things. But like, let's say I posted like pictures of me at wrestling shows or my thoughts on wrestling. It was going up on my Facebook page, right, you know, with my family members on it. Like they weren't, it got like 2 likes, you know, that's what I was doing. So I didn't post like really anything about wrestling publicly to like anybody.
Okay.
It was all private, right? And then like on my MySpace page, you had to be my friend to get my wrestling opinions on my MySpace page. So I was not on message boards except for that one. I posted on that message board like maybe 4 times, right? But it just wasn't really like a thing that I was into. So Reg, like I don't like when I came into this, like I didn't know so many of these like internet famous people. I had no idea who they were. I'm like, oh, you're internet famous. Okay, whatever. I don't know you. Yeah. I have no idea. And sometimes like, that's the thing. Like sometimes I remind myself, like there's a lot of people that are still like that, where it's like, I know we're like so into like wrestling social media, but there's a lot of people that are not. And that's how I used to be.
Right.
I literally just started getting involved in wrestling social media.
Damn, big flex. Let's give it up to our friend Denise Salcedo, who built an empire in 5 years. You got all of that off of 5 years.
I would say 20, maybe a little bit more than 5 years. So it was 2017 when I started. Like 2017 was when I started to tweet like here and there. And then 2020 was obviously when I devoted myself like full time to it.
Wow. So 4 years is what she's like, even better. Yeah, like, no, that's insane though,
No,
Denise,
I
for real.
counted from 2017. I count 2017.
Well,
And then there's
when
like
it
one or two
really
tweets
gets
from like,
kicked off, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, I
right,
had my thing for a long since 2009, but it wasn't until like I started doing Grapsity where people were like, "Oh yeah, you're a person in the world," you know?
yeah, because like even if I had an account, I would send like one tweet a year, you know? I wouldn't tweet anything. It was like, oh hey, here I am at SummerSlam. That's it. Cool match. Great stuff. You know, like
Cool
nothing
match.
really. So I missed out. And so like there's a lot of times where like I've talked about things like with other people where they're like, oh yeah, in so year, this person posted this on social media and blah blah blah. This is the history of them. And I'm like, I had no earthly idea. Like no idea that this person did that, posted that, no idea.
Lucky you, and then look what you came into. Hell, it's fucking crazy outside. Jesus Christ.
But yes, there are people out there, guys, that just enjoy it but don't tweet about it. Grapple Geekery says, if Mox is after folks with egos, who won't step aside? Why the F isn't he targeting Jericho? How many women's matches could we have had instead? I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, half the roster was out there waiting for John Moxley and all these guys. So here he seems to be only targeting people that haven't been at the very top. So I think that probably answers your question there, right. In terms of like why he isn't targeting people like Chris Jericho. And then in terms of like how many more women's matches we would have had instead, I would love to see Mariah May maybe wrestle a little bit more on the show. She did have that little backstage skit with Anna Jay. You know what I thought was hilarious about that, by the way? So Mariah May goes out there and she's being interviewed by Renee. She throws her luggage, right? Not Renee's luggage, Anna Jay's luggage. She throws it. You know what I thought was hilarious, Reg? The second Anna Jay got there, she got her hands on Mariah for like 2 seconds. And Christopher Daniels, dude was like her shadow, came right in right away, was like, no, girl, stop. And I'm like, to get there so quickly.
He was
Why
there
are you
fast.
already there?
Yeah, no, he was like watching. He was like, oh, they're gonna fight. He knew that they were gonna fight. Listen, if you know something's going down, he probably saw Mariah getting the suitcase and was like, I know when she does this, like Anna Jay is gonna be on her ass, and that's exactly what happened. It was hilarious when Anna did get there because she didn't strike Mariah May. She just ran up and she like grabbed her shirt and like pushed her against the wall, and Chris Daniel was already there, and like it just looked funny and weird. But yeah, that is a great question. How did Chris Daniels get there so fast?
I don't know, because the week before that, he got slapped in the face by her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. Maybe he came back and was like, I want a little bit more. That's what I was thinking. I'm sorry. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Don't be trying to put that creepy thing on Christopher Daniels. Like he's trying to get slapped again. That's crazy.
Hey, some people like it rough. I don't know what to say. Okay. Some people do. He's probably like, give me another one.
That is very
Touch me again.
Mm-hmm.
But come on, dude has all of these guys out there in the parking lot waiting for all of this. Shouldn't he be over there?
Damn, Denise is making a good point. Like your priorities might be in the wrong place, dog. Like you're trying to get in between these two, and like security could have broke that up. You got a squad of wrestlers out here trying to fight, and you're just like, nah, you guys break it up. Stop. You got a match next week or whenever you have it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, see, I have my eyes on you, Daniels. My eyes on you. All right, we got It's Biddy Diddy Committee who says, why did the CCO crash while racing? Not this one again. Color blindness.
Brought it back. They're nasty. I don't know if I want to talk about what they be doing over there.
You got me again. You got me last week. You got me this week.
Every time a new story comes out on the World Wrestling Entertainment, I'm like, ooh, are you guys okay over there? They're not okay over there.
We got Ten Ruza here who says TK out here with the mayor of London with a proper size belt for him. Fun building episode of Dynamite. MVP and Ricochet. Yes, next 2 weeks looks fun. Yeah, I'm excited for Fright Night. And yeah, I did see the picture of Tony and the mayor of London.
I forgot about there was a little segment with Ricochet who they talked about him coming out at the Maple Leaf Pro show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
To confront Takeshita, and then MVP and Shelton pulled up with their little card, and MVP's like, hey, we've had some history. I know you. I've been looking after you for a while, and gave him a card and said, I like that suit. Ricochet had a nice suit on. I was all, oh, interesting. Well,
so Ricochet's in? You think he's in?
I don't know if he's in all the way, but like, if I was Ricochet and like, there's something.
Hey, stop. Rewind. That's what she said. Sorry, continue on, Reg.
You can't stop and rewind it, Denise.
Yeah,
That's
but
not how the jokes work.
You didn't give me a moment to like say
You got to
it.
get in there. You got to jump in there.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh.
All right, sorry. Go back to your brilliant insight on Ricochet.
Come on, try to make a point over here. We have a podcast. We're doing this. If I'm Ricochet, and there's always kind of been something missing with Ricochet in these main rosters, like some aggression, some kind of something. And MVP and the Hurt Syndicate might be what takes him over and makes him into that world champion that he deserves to be. Like, he at least should sit down and listen to him. Like, but I guess getting to the end of it, I would not be mad one moment at Ricochet being in there. I think it would look pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. It'd be different. I think it would be cool for him to be part of it. Yeah, because I think when Ricochet came in, I was just expecting him to be solo and do his thing, but to be part of a group, that would be so different. So for Ricochet, I'm all in. I'm all in. I was waiting for her. That's what she said. Come on, Reg. You gotta keep up.
I'm not gonna fall for it.
I tagged you in, bro. I tagged you in.
You looked too. You stopped and looked. Come on.
I gave you the pause. I was like, this is your moment, Reg.
Nope.
This is where you jump in.
Absolutely not.
We got Rafael Garcia, who says, maybe Jericho winning was a good thing. Maybe now the only one suffering will be Kate from Fightful. Wishful thinking, but maybe. Oh, no.
Why you do Kate like that? She's so mad, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Shout
It's great. Raphael, thank you so much. We got It's Bitty Diddy Committee who says the conglomeration is a union ripoff from 1999. Ooh,
That's
do you agree?
Crazy. Damn. No, because wait. Are they? No. Wait. Maybe. I don't know. Like, if I kind of lined it up, Al Snow and Mick Foley, I don't know, it could possible, but no, I don't think so. That's crazy.
Alexander Fitzgerald says, in a perfect world, Eddie Kingston beats Mox for the title. I don't know about that. I'm Team Darby.
Yeah, I think I'm Team Darby too from this. Like, especially with the story they're going to continue to tell for the next however long with Moxley. I feel like Darby is at the end of this rainbow, as they say.
Thank you so much, Alexander. We got Marquise Del Toro who says BCC is shades of gray and not a simple story.
That's what it is. Exactly. It's not good or bad. It's not black or white. It's shades of gray.
Girl, I'm so messed up right now. I was reading this and I was like, why is he comparing the BCC to 50 Shades of Grey? And I was like, that is not also a simple story. Complicated in there.
What's wrong with you? I knew it too. I was like, I know Denise is thinking 50 Shades of Grey. I knew it in my brain. I was like, I was thinking of 50. I know you were.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Marquise Del Toro just tripped me out right now.
It is kind of a simple story though, isn't it? It's like some bondage.
Oh, are you talking about the BCC or 50 Shades of Grey?
50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, 50 Shades of Grey. I hated that whole movie. I hated it. I thought it was awful. I thought it was horrible.
You watched it?
I watched all three. I don't know why. They're horrible.
I hated this. I watched all three.
Message. Horrible. I hated it. I watched all three. Reg, I
hated this. This is the worst. The worst movie I've ever seen. All three of them. I watched all three of them.
I was so mad too. I was like talking so much shit. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this?
After number one, you were like, number two could be better.
No, I was like, I need to see what happens. I need to see what stupidity occurs.
You're one of those. I need to see what happens. And I kept
going.
You can't just be like, this was terrible. I'm moving on.
Usually I am, but this time I'm telling you, I had nothing else better to do.
You're just bored. I got you.
It was just one of those days. But the BCC with having shades of gray and not being a simple story. I like that because earlier we were just talking about how they're kind of making a little bit of sense.
Exactly. Who knows what they are? Are they bad guys? Are they good guys? I think we'll continue to kind of see what they are.
We got Margie Loves in the house who says, I think both sides will be pro AEW eventually. One side's definition of what should be will win out, giving us more of a clear heel and face. I hope so too. Eventually, right. Like we gotta, I do like, no, see, because then we're going to get into the situation again that we got into in Swerve and Hangman, which was fun though.
What do you mean? Both guys are bad?
yeah, where both guys were bad. Both guys did bad things and good things, and we kind of found ourselves being a little bit torn. I did kind of like that though, but obviously it's a lot easier when you have a clear baby face and a clear heel.
Well, yeah, but I feel like where we in 2024, does that need it? Like, it isn't like old
Yeah,
America Hulk
but
Hogan shit. Like, it doesn't matter about
I know.
anything, right?
Reg, it's still wrestling 101. You got your baby faces, you got your heels.
All right. Okay.
You know, it is just the ingredients that you make wrestling with.
That's fair.
Obviously, we can have a little bit more fun, toe the line, of course, but you still need your baby faces and your heels.
Like, Mox's group is the bad group, like, regardless of how we try to spin it. Like, they put a bag over Bryan Danielson's head.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. All right, we got thank you so much to Marjorie. We got Ten Ruza who says need Adam Copeland back with Hook to get Christian, Eddie Kingston. Please get back as well. We see Lashley next week, ? Full gear looking interesting and good. So we haven't even mentioned the stuff with Hook and Christian. Basically, Hook came out to take out Christian's group, but Christian obviously and the patriarchy, they were pretty much outnumbered Hook. So Hook ends up taking a kill switch from Christian Cage onto the contract. It was right into the contract. Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at with that. Hook is still trying to figure out who attacked his dad, but didn't you say you thought that Hook did it?
No, I feel like today they were trying to say that Christian, like the message they were trying to convey with Hook in the ring was that Christian did it, because he was like, remember Renee caught him and like, what are you doing, Hook? And he's like, I'm going to the ring. That dude in the ring did it. I think they're trying to imply that Christian did it, and then Christian said something to Kip Sabian, who cut off Hook, was like, there's something deeper or some kind of message behind it. So I think they're trying to tell a story. I don't know how I feel about it though, Denise. Like, I don't like what
I know how I feel about it. I'm tired of Hook always looking like a chump. He is so cool, and I feel like they made him look like a chump in Jericho stuff, making him look like a chump now, being taken out. We need to give Hook some support here, because he was cool with Samoa Joe. Like, when he was with Samoa Joe, that was cool, right?
Yeah, I guess
he had a little bit of an edge.
You saying it out loud brings up the point of like, he doesn't have any friends, and it's like, you need something to like, we can't always see you try to be a man and go defend yourself and then get your ass kicked by everybody.
He's always getting his ass kicked. He took a fireball to the face.
Yeah, you're right. And he was out for a while off of that. You're right.
At some point, Hook has to, I mean, I know he got his win back from Chris Jericho, but it took a while to get there, of course. I feel like they just need to give him some more support, some backup, some friends, so make him look a little bit more menacing. I feel like that's what Hook needs right now.
Maybe make him look smarter. Because like he's been in positions like this very often where like, you're not going to beat up 3 guys, dude. Like, think about this before you just go and run to the ring full of a group of people that are going to destroy you. He's continuously been like this since he started in AEW, of like, he's a badass. He'll like take on anybody, but like, you have to be smarter about your decisions.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I'm tired of Hook always being like, all the time being laid out.
He's kind of like a dumb jock. He's like, I'll go fight anybody. I don't care. And it's like, dude, there's 10 guys out there. They're going to kick your ass.
Exactly that. So let's get a little support there for a Hook, man. That's kind of how I feel about that. And yes, I agree to Bobby Lashley coming out next week. That's where I'm at. We got Itty Bitty Diddy Committee who says Briscoe versus the Baked Potato Niche was serviceable. Niche.
Yeah, it's a ladder match, so they like made sure it was fine. Like, who's mad at a ladder match? Me usually, but they didn't do any like scary ladders. Too many scary. They did a couple of them.
They did at least 2 of them that were kind of scary.
Yeah. Even like, there's been this thing of like people standing on ladders and referees holding the ladder, and like nobody was holding the ladder for Mark Briscoe's elbow, and I was thinking like, somebody should hold that ladder. Like, I'd rather have this visual where people are mad at than like him take a crazy fall off the top of that, you know?
Yeah. Plus, I never look at that. I'm always looking up. I'm always looking at where the wrestler's at. I don't look at where like who's holding the ladder or not.
There's freaks that pinpoint that stuff, but whatever.
Grapple Geekery says, did you see the sign about Jericho and Terrifier 3? Yes, I did. A fan had a sign that said that Jericho died in Terrifier 3 and she cheered.
Really good sign. Really good sign.
I heard that apparently it's really scary, like really gory.
Yeah,
I heard it was good, actually.
I don't do horror, so I wouldn't know. Do you watch horror movies?
You don't do horror because you're not interested or because you're scared?
not scared, but like real life, like if I turn on the Oakland news, it's way scarier than the Terrifier 3. So I'm like, why would I? Real life is fucking frightening. Why would I scare myself or put myself into any position more with a fucking movie? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no, I don't watch horror movies just because I just don't watch them. They just don't, they're not for me.
Right. Like, what
Unless
is this?
You force
Like,
me to, unless you
murder?
force me to. No, I think to me, like, I'm not really into like the ones where it's like about blood and guts and zombies and like freakish dudes. I like the ones that are more like could be realistic, like where
like
it's
suspense.
Yeah, not suspense because usually those take forever to like happen, like any action. I watched one. I don't remember what it was called, okay, but it was on Netflix and it was about this couple who went camping. Maybe someone here knows what it's called, but they go camping and they get eaten by like a bear or something. And I'm like, see, that's realistic. You get eaten by a damn
realistic.
bear. Dude, I was fucking scared. I wanted to go to Yosemite. After I saw that movie, I'm not going to Yosemite.
Were you we're getting off topic. Are you one of those camping people? Have you ever like I've never been like real camping.
One time in my life, and it scarred me. It really scarred me.
I in my brain, whatever you're gonna say is why I haven't been.
Okay, it scarred me because there's this thing called in Northern California, you might have heard of it. It's the Mother Lode River in Northern California. Mother Lode, something like that. And Mother Lode, Lotus, whatever. It's up there in Northern California. And so so we went there, right? That was the one where the rafting thing happened, but I didn't tell you the camping part. Okay. So we were going camping. We were on a budget. We don't have camping materials. I don't have a freaking tent. We don't got any of that. So when you go on the website, you get a package, right? You pick a package and they had different options. There was like, they provide you a little tent. And then there's one where they give you an actual, like a legit one, like the ones with like cloth. And it's like a legit tent, like a really, really big one. It's or like a teepee or something. I don't even know what the hell the proper name is, but there's a fancy one. And then there's the little ass tent. So I thought, get the little ass tent. That one's in the budget. We'll get the little ass tent. So we get the tent, Reg. I thought I was going to die that night. It was so cold. No one talks about how cold it is when you go camping, especially right next to the river. The river was so cold that night. We had all these blankets and I was just there like freezing. And then the worst thing about going camping is when you have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. I held it in for 3 hours until I finally cut it. And I woke up my husband.
You went in the dark?
We went in the dark, like with our little flashlight. We had to walk to some freaking little bathroom cabins that they had. It was terrifying. Okay, you know how scary it was to go to the bathroom? I held it for 3 hours, Reg, and finally I couldn't anymore. I had to.
Why did you pick the teepee? You knew you weren't going to want like that, Denise.
I don't know. Thank you. It's called Backcountry. That's the one I watched, Backcountry.
Oh, the movie. I thought the place that you went to was called Backcountry.
No, the other one is called like Mother Lode River. Mother Lode River Center. I think that's what it's called. Shout out to them. And if you go, don't stay in the tent. Get the teepee.
Getting the Mother Lode is crazy. Yeah, I don't know why you would pick the little teepee. That's crazy. Or the tent.
No, I got the tent. Well, I didn't know. I had never been camping.
Your first time camping, you have to overcompensate.
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah. All right, we got Sleaze Boy in the house. Thank you so much for your generous super chat. He says, off topic, rate my unethical booking. For Rhea versus Liv ending, I would have booked Liv, Raquel, and Dom locking Rhea in the cage, and then RoboCop shows up and frees her like he did with Sting in WCW.
I had no idea where this was going. Yeah, I was scared. I was like, this is going somewhere crazy. And it's like, no, it's just RoboCop.
You know what? If it meant RoboCop coming out again, I'm here for it. You know what?
I'm with it.
Booker of the year. That's it.
Yeah. At this point, with how they do stuff over there, like seeing RoboCop on that show wouldn't be crazy at all. Be like, oh yeah, RoboCop's here.
That's hilarious. Thank you so much for the laugh, Sleaze Boy. We got Ten Ruza in the house that says, need Ring of Honor back in the studio or doing 2-day tapings or smaller venues. What they're doing at the start what they're doing at the start. Maple Leaf Pro was great as well. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Maple Leaf Pro as well.
Yeah, it seems like the Mike Bailey and Takeshita match was insane. I still need to watch that. And looks like they're doing some great things. I don't know if ROH will ever go back to that taping schedule because like money, but that would be cool if they did.
Itty Bitty Diddy Committee says Kyle went from a Warhol to Sid from Toy Story, LMFAO. What is happening here? We need to get into this, by the way.
Kyle.
We need to get into the Kyle Fletcher stuff because that's actually the stuff I was most excited to talk about. Kyle goes out there and cuts a promo that I absolutely loved because he tied so much in together, made it very damn clear he does not want to be Will Ospreay. He explained his actions, talked a little bit about Will Ospreay's history with Kenny Omega, with Okada, and how he basically is a backstabber, right? And he even kind of shares a little bit of his Will Ospreay secrets, talking about his herniated disc that he doesn't tell anybody about. There was just a lot in this, but I liked it though. I liked the entire story that he gave. I liked the delivery of it. I thought he looked really great. And in the end, shaves his hair off because he doesn't want to be anything like Will Ospreay. And I was not expecting the hair shaving thing off. I personally, Reg, can I be honest with you? I wanted him to keep the hair because I felt that made him look different. We already got a lot of bald guys.
There's a lot of balds.
All right. John Moxley, Daniel Garcia.
A lot of balds.
Claudio Castagnoli.
FTR bald.
FTR bald. I mean, we got a bunch of bald guys, all right? I thought Kyle Fletcher should have kept the hair.
I mean... For how
you did it.
Yeah, I'm saying putting the punchline on that promo was like, yo, I think this week and last week, the way that Kyle Fletcher is comfortable doing these long promos is very refreshing. And for somebody that AEW sees a lot in and it thinks is the future of the company, these last 2 weeks are pretty great for Kyle Fletcher. Like the way that the crowd was Don Callis has permanent heat that no matter what he says.
Don Callis, bald.
Another bald. Yeah, you can't be standing bald next to a bald, Denise. That's crazy. But the way that Don Callis gets heat and Kyle took all that heat and all those boos and turned it into his promo, made him look even more menacing, made him look even more comfortable and professional and ready for this moment. Breaking down the whole story, not getting caught up in anything throughout. I'm going to make my point no matter what you guys say, no matter how much you boo. I'm going to say what I need to say to this guy because I've been needing to say it for a while. And then cutting his hair off, I was like, this is one of those defining promos right here. When Kyle looks back and damn, this was the moment that people really, because we've been taking him serious off the matches for a while now. He's great. But this is the promo where we could look back and damn, Kyle really went to the next level and made himself into the beginnings of a top guy, because you know how important in-ring nobody is there to help you promo is in pro wrestling, Denise. And I think he knocked it out of the park.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yes.
There's a lot of guys that are up and coming that are on the precipice of becoming something. Who are you feeling most right now between Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, Kyle Fletcher, and Jack Perry?
They're all doing great. I loved the bit at the end where Yuta has the connection to the best friends and Orange Cassidy. So he knows that the reason that Chuck Taylor is out is because his leg. He immediately went to put the chair on his leg, and Claudia's like, no, we're going to kill this fool. We're not going to just hurt him longer. So I do like the thing that Wheeler's positioning to, but I think just if we're judging off today and the fire and where it's immediately going to lead, I think Daniel Garcia has the highest. Daniel Garcia is probably going to be TNT champion next month. Daniel Garcia is going to be locked in this Mox feud and be doing this thing. Kyle Fletcher is right there behind him because he's about to be locked in a feud with the best wrestler in the world. It's really between those two because I'm damn, Kyle's going to be with Will Ospreay. He's about to have a 5-star match the next time they fucking wrestle. So it's hard to, I feel like he might be, if it's world champion to world champion, Kyle would probably get to the world championship first. But I don't know at this point. What do you think?
I'm Kyle Fletcher all the way.
You think Fletcher is the number one out of those guys?
He's just hitting it all the right
even
spots
over Jack
right now.
You don't think Jack could do anything to get there?
Oh, I'm sure they all can. They all can, right? Like it's anybody's game, right? It's like those, it's like the race, right? Like see who can get here and here and here there. I would say that the most I just feel like I like the story most with Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay.
Kyle's killing it right now. It's hard to deny.
The story's great. I love the story. Here's the thing, like I feel like a lot of times with like these best friend stories, you don't always buy that they're like legitimately turning on their best friend if like they really are in real life, And I feel like I bought it. Like he made me really believe that he hates Will Ospreay.
Right. Yeah. There was a point last week when I was like, they always kind of get into this when they turn on the person. The promo's always the same of like, you guys are wondering why person why. And I was like, let's not get into this, you people, blah, blah, blah. But I thought the promo of this week kind of really turned it around and made it look like, no, it's really about, I'm tired of being in this full shadow. He does all this and you guys, the whole time you've been saying I'm little him and I'm not little him, I'm Big Kyle, and like really great way to kind of, I'm not little him, I'm Big Kyle. Really great way to
Kyle, did he? I was like, he said a lot. I feel like I would have remembered.
You don't remember him saying I'm Big Kyle?
He said Big Kyle? No, he did not. That would have been so stupid. Can you imagine? I'm Big Kyle.
I'm not little Ospreay, I'm Big Kyle. Why can't he be Big Kyle?
Sorry, Kyle Fletcher is now Big Kyle on this show forever, right? Forever.
But great promo though, Kyle,
yeah,
for sure.
No, really, I think he's just more. I really love the wrestling. I love the story. I loved the promo delivery. So he's definitely up there for me. I think after that, I would put Daniel Garcia, then Jack Perry, and then Wheeler Yuta in terms of like storytelling, promos, and everything.
Wheeler Yuta's going to be the longest, like in 5 years, we'll be like, all right, like I think like he's going to continue to kind of be in his position, absorb being around the immensely talented people he's around, but he'll get there eventually. Like you said, everybody's going to get there, but like right now, Kyle, after these last couple of weeks, and I think Garcia with coming back to AEW and having this renewed fire are the ones that are right now.
I feel ya. All right, we got Shelton Jackson who says, Denise, what in the world is F out of here? F out of here. FOH is Ring of Honor. Inquiring minds want to know. What?
He's just asking, what is Ring of Honor, pretty much.
Wait, hold on. I'm so confused. What is F
in
out
what
of here?
world is F out of here? F out of here is ROH.
I thought you would know this. I don't know this.
I thought he was saying, what is Ring of Honor? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea what F out of here is Ring of Honor. I have no idea, Sheldon. I know inquiring minds want to know,
yes,
but I'm so
we
confused.
want to know. We're inquiring minds.
Confused. All right, we got Itty Bitty Ditty Committee who says Andy Warhol and Latex Head needs to leave WO alone. Andy Warhol and Latex Head needs to leave. Who's WO and Andy Warhol and Latex Head? I'm terrified at everybody's super chats right now.
I don't know that one.
y'all are making us solve riddles right now.
This one is a riddle.
All right, I'm gonna wait for somebody to clear that up. All right, we got Well-Rounded Leah who says, I'm sorry, the Elite is worse and lamer than the learning tree based on the titleless theme Elite holds and how important they are supposed to be, says Well-Rounded Leo. I can't say that they're worse than the learning tree, but I get what you mean by the bar being set a little higher for the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I feel like it's not. Yeah, I guess it's like they're supposed to be doing more. They're the Young Bucks. They're supposed to be in these highest position. I think that they've been doing a lot of great work the last couple of weeks and months, but I understand that people feel like there's more to be desired.
Okay, and someone is saying, oh, okay, I get it. Latex Head is Don Callis. Andy Warhol is Kyle Fletcher because of the hair. Yes. Okay, I was like, what the F are we talking about?
I'm caught out. WO is Will Ospreay. Duh.
Oh, and Will Ospreay's W.
Duh.
Great.
I was like, I don't know what WO is.
No. I was like, what is World Order? But there's got to be a letter in front of it. Whose World Order is it? Y'all are killing me. Oh, man.
What is World Order?
I'm done. All right, let's see what else we got here. We got quite a few that I need to catch up on. We got Ten Ruza here who says, put a white strap on that TBS title and strap up Queen Aminata. Get Athena on the main roster after Final Battle, please. Women are slowly cooking. Cheetah, Riho, please. Yeah, I don't know why Athena isn't already, wrestling Mercedes on Dynamite, honestly.
I don't know. I feel like Ten Ruza is right here. Like, we're getting to this Billy Starks and Athena thing at Final Battle, and like Billy Starks is going to win the big one for sure. Hopefully that means that Athena's going to be in the main roster. It has to at this point because there's so many talented women that she needs to be wrestling on a weekly basis. It's time.
We got Itty Bitty Diddy Committee who says, Reg, if Trick dresses up as Shomna from The Last Dragon, you got to dress up as Sanka Coffee from Cool Runnings. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme.
Dressing up as somebody from Cool Runnings is not a bad idea for a costume. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. We got Dan Let's Go with a very generous super chat. Thank you so much to Dan who says, so I'm not a hater on AEW. I'm not a hater on AEW tonight was not good. Hey, man. I'm telling you, not every episode's going to hit. I don't think that necessarily makes you a hater, but I know some people, based off of what we see on social media, people go crazy whenever you don't like a show. It's like, oh, well, you hate the product. It's like, no, I like the product, but today's show didn't hit. It happens, man. It happens to everybody. I have had shows that I didn't like a bunch of times. You know what, Reg? You were giving me shit today. You were like, oh, that was just there. That just happened for you.
Yep. Yeah. Now, sometimes Denise will come on a show. The both of us will come on the show and be like, that show wasn't the best, but like I feel like for what stories they were trying to tell, they told some good stories tonight. But if you didn't like it, that's fine.
Thank you so much to Dan. We got Ronald Hollick here who says, I tell you who's beating Jericho for Ring of Honor World Championship and returning Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's going to be gone for a bit because he's doing all his filming stuff too. I don't know when he comes back.
He's busy. I don't think that's where this is leading to. I don't know who's going to beat Chris Jericho. Like, the last time it made sense. This time they're going to have to make something up. I don't know.
Crazy 101 says, if Stokely's short ass messes this up, I swear.
Oh, because they're teasing Stokely and Private Party. I don't think he'll mess it up. He's probably going to play a role, but this feels like Private Party's going to do it.
Yeah, and I think so too. Itty Bitty Diddy Committee says, Denise, please dress up as Salma Hayek this Halloween. Oh God, no. Or Lyra Valkyra. Which do you choose? BTW God would make great trios champions. I would rather be Lyra Valkyra because it has more stuff. Salma Hayek is just too sexy for me.
Denise can't pull Salma Hayek off. What are you saying? Come on.
What the hell, Reg?
Wait, no, that's not.
Be Salma Hayek.
No, that's not how I was saying it,
Salma
Denise.
Hayek off.
That's not what I was saying.
Cannot.
Have you guys seen Salma Hayek?
Besides, cannot.
Why do you keep?
I'm
saying. I'm saying
you don't
what
know
you're
how
saying.
I do, Reg. You don't know how I clean up. I can clean up very nicely. Okay.
Clean up like that, Denise. Let's
watch me. I'm gonna go get the fucking broom and work on this.
The broom.
I'm gonna clean up so freaking nicely. Get the freaking mop.
Have you guys
and
seen
broom.
Salma Hayek like today?
And she's amazing. She's amazing. Like everyone loves Salma Hayek.
I would. Okay, this is a kid show.
I'm actually Googling pictures of her right now.
I would.
No, I don't got the tools for this.
I'm trying to help you out here.
I don't have the tools to pull off Salma Hayek.
Do this.
Why? I don't have the tools.
You don't got the tools. It's fine. That's okay.
This is very upsetting. Wait, hold on. I got the Salma Hayek picture. There it is.
You can't.
How am I supposed to pull that off?
You can't. I would pull all of that off.
Reg,
wait,
get out of here.
Wait, I'm just saying.
This is a family show.
I know. That's why we got to move forward.
All right. I'm gonna have to buy some of those, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a little bit more expensive than I think you're trying to do for your Halloween costume.
My budget was like $20-$40, bro.
Yeah, that's getting up there.
All right, Corey MacArthur says, yo, California connection. Missed you on last week, Reg. Welcome back, Denise. Reg, Benny Cap is orange. Also, when you asked what sound a train makes, choo-choo a year ago was LOL. I think that was the dumbest moment I ever had in my life.
Yeah, there's been some. That one was number one, I think.
Yeah, by the way, your beanie is turning orange. Like seeing your orange next to an orange super chat, it's starting to match up.
Double orange, baby.
But then it's like a mind trick because then you put the yellow one and it looks yellow to me. You see what I'm saying? This is complicated. Orange ass beanie.
Oh my God.
Corey, thank you so much for this generous
Appreciate you,
super chat. I got 10 Ruza here who says, send Phil the link next week. He needs to dress up. I can't even imagine what Phil would dress up as.
I can't either. It's hard with
Phil.
dreads because you have to be like a certain thing, you know what I mean? Like, or if you're gonna hide them.
We can get Priest Phil.
That's true. We could.
We got Matt Logan here who says, I'm excited for Cole Strong. I hope Kyle O'Reilly to reunite. Bennett and Taven, do we have history with all of them being in Ring of Honor? O'Reilly, Cole Strong, big part of NXT. Oh yeah, 100%. Yep. Lots of history there. I think people forget that like Matt Taven was like really at the top of his game. Like remember Madison Square Garden, Ring of Honor, New Japan show. Like dude was at the very top of his game. And I think people forget because he's been playing such a background character now for such a long time here on AEW.
Yeah, he was like the top guy in Ring of Honor for a while there, like the Ring of Honor World Champion, like doing all the promos, like established as that guy. And he's got back in with Mike Bennett and the Kingdom stuff and kind of played a background character in the Undisputed Kingdom. But he's one of those guys, all of these guys, like if you give any one of these guys a singles opportunity, they could be world champion if you wanted them to, you know?
Luke Thornton says, please let Jamie cut a promo in the ring, TK. Yeah, she had the pretty good promo backstage. Did we already talk about that?
No, not in full.
Oh, okay. Well, we had a Jamie Hayter promo, and she was just, basically going off here. I'm trying to remember everything that went down right now. But what did you think of Jamie Hayter's promo? I love the way she looked. I love the way she had the delivery. I love how mad she was. Yep. I do agree. I do think Jamie Hayter should also be cutting in-ring promos as well.
Yeah, the content of her promo was great. Penelope being like, you blah, 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 trying to put that you slept your way to the top type deal on to Jamie Hayter. And Jamie Hayter being like, dude, I came from the bottom. I started at the very bottom of independence. I was wrestling in front of 20 people, in front of drunk dudes. I was been in the trenches for this. If you want to talk about coming up, like you can't talk about that unless you've been to where I've been and you haven't. Showed a lot of fire. Like we already know Jamie Hayter's another one of those of like, we already know that she's great in the ring. She just needs more opportunities like this to talk on the mic. And you should give her a promo in ring because women need more opportunities. And Jamie the buzz is starting to build back a little bit. And I think giving her more opportunities is just going to make the buzz come back even quicker.
Damn, women need more opportunities. I thought we were just here to nourish.
Crazy.
Sparrow here says, what? It was in the news. What can I say? We got Sparrow here who says, you're right, Reg. I crashed out. Jericho won. Show was a lot of fun and the building kid was chanting, please retire to Jericho in my section. A little kid, bro. A little kid is out here chanting, please retire. It's wild.
Like, you don't even know what he's saying. That's crazy to Chris Jericho. But yeah, we all kind of knew that this was going to happen. When they announced the rematch, it was like, damn, that's crazy. Chris Jericho's going to win the belt. And he did.
Yeah. Itty Bitty Diddy Committee says, forget Instagram. Samantha should do only Sam's.
Only Sam's.
It's gorgeous. Patrick Moore says, can't wait for Queen Aminata to run. Queen Aminata run to happen. I'm just thinking she's so freaking cool. Love ya. She's got a great look, man. Let's talk about this match because this is the last match we need to talk about, and that is Queen Aminata versus Camille. I have a lot of interest in these girls that are really like, they're not petite. They're not petite girls. So seeing Queen Aminata with Camille was interesting just because of like the physique element of it all. Then when Chris Statlander came out afterwards and had that moment with Camille, I was so sold on that. I think it's the size here of all of these girls that's keeping me like, I wonder what they can do. Like even Mercedes was like, look at her and look at you, comparing both of them rather.
Well, it's such a contrast to like a lot of women's stories that we get. Cause like usually the big Brody brick house ones don't usually get a chance to square off. And like not the whole thing is kind of built off Stat and Mercedes, but this little section is built off. These two big women are going to square off. And like, they're telling the story of Camille hasn't been in too many over 5-minute matches. And Queen Aminata is not one of these people that you're going to come in here and just wreck. We saw last week in a great match. That was one of my other shining moments of being live at the show. Queen Aminata and Mercedes was amazing. So to put her on again with Camille, we should see more Camille too, because like I said, in that package with Chris Statlander. She looked amazing. In this, she looks great. She just has such a great presence. And I thought that this was a fun match. Aminata brings you into a fight. They're doing power moves. Like, seeing those two women in contrast to each other was awesome. And then, like you said, at the end, Stat and Kamille squaring off is like, damn, I really want to see this match. I think just visually, they told a lot of great stories, and the match was really fun too.
Yeah, I think so too. It's like I want to see all of this before we get to Chris and Mercedes. And that was like what I had said when we were seeing Mercedes and Britt. I wanted to see Camille and Britt. That was something that I wanted to see beforehand, because there's a lot of interest there with, like, when you have somebody, the muscle person in your for your duo. We got Alexander Fitzgerald, who says MVP passing out Hurt Syndicate cards like the local rapper at the gas station passing out mixtapes. All I know was, like, never grab one, because then if not, like, you're gonna be forced to pay for it. I remember when they used to do that, and my dumbass was like, ooh, let me see.
You can't do that. I remember going down Hollywood Boulevard, and you see like Spider-Man and Superman, and then a rapper will just come out of nowhere and be like, he'll put the headphones on you and just start, you're like, dog, what's going on here? Why am I being forced into listening to your album? It's crazy.
They're aggressive. You got to be like really careful, because if not, you're going to end up buying something.
Seriously.
We got Sven Big here, who says, Yodan in the chat has a good idea. Mox wants to play hard. Someone needs to jack up Renee. I do it. Paper or plastic.
Whoa. See, then we get into too diabolical, because like you don't want to out diabolical these guys. You want to stop them. And like, who would be put into the position to take out Renee, Denise?
Or I don't know.
What character in AEW would do that? Darby, maybe, but he wouldn't do that.
No, Darby wouldn't. That would be no, that would not be right for his character. No. I would say maybe Jack Perry. But he's with the Elite, and the Elite's not doing anything about it.
Jack Perry.
I don't know. That's the only person I can think of. But I don't think anyone should take out Renee.
No.
I think what someone should do, if they're smart, is go up to Renee and say, hey, can you talk to John and maybe knock some sense into him?
That's what I thought. Somebody just being like, hey, what's up with your husband? Like, why is he being so wild? Is there anything that you could do? Is there anything that you know to help? Like, maybe getting strategy from them. But I like that Renee's kind of being like, I'm hands off, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, because then that feels crazy. Weird, right? Because it's like her job is to do something totally different, not necessarily be involved. I mean, you can be involved in the stories, but not so like involved with the story.
Like, I don't even know if I want to even her to get involved. You know,
right? I almost like that we're just sort of not really acknowledging that they're husband and wife, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. We got Itty Bitty Diddy Committee, who says Hook needs a reading rainbow gimmick. Take a look. It's in a Hook reading red rum.
It's in a Hook. It's great.
He's gonna come out with a little cardigan. That's not the edge I was saying Hook needs.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need that edge. That'd be weird.
Alvin White Jr., member of the DWO for 6 months, says, remember people was fake scared of Bird Box movie? Yo, I loved Bird Box. That shit was so scary.
That was such a weird time with people with the damn blindfolds. I was like, what is wrong with us?
I was very into that movie. Very into it.
I'm surprised.
Sorry, Reg. Throwing shots over here. We got Sleaze Boy in the house who says Kyle Fletcher is going to be bald Britney Spears 4. Oh, no.
Britney Spears 4 is crazy.
That's wild. That's wild. Y'all are crazy. We got Meet Normus here who says, sup, partners. I'm not bald. I have a fro and growing a Fu Manchu.
Fu Manchu.
Wait, what is it supposed to be?
Fu Manchu. You got it pretty much.
Oh, Fu Manchu. Okay, he's growing a Fu Manchu because I'm going at Show Snuff from The Last Dragon for Halloween. What? It's not Show
Nuff.
Show Nuff?
Show Nuff.
Okay, going at Show Nuff from The Last Dragon for Halloween. Let's crank. I swear I can read, guys. What are those words? What's a Fu Manchu?
Fu Manchu is a style of goatee hair thing, and Show Nuff. Last Dragon's a movie.
Is it what Lexus King has? Is that a Fu Manchu?
I don't know what the hell Lexus King has.
All right, but it's not a Fu Manchu. Bro, I only know of the Edgar, all right?
The Edgar, yeah. Damn, that's a popular one.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Crazy. Do they have a new one yet, those guys?
I don't know. I know they have the Edgar, and then they have the one that's just the big curls. Like everybody has the big curls now.
Oh, that's a thing too, huh?
Every kid looks exactly the same to me.
They all go get the same haircut. It's so weird.
All of them. I'm just like, I don't even know who's who anymore. Like y'all just look the same to me right now. My brothers, I have 3 brothers. They all have the same hair, and 2 of them are twins. And I'm like, y'all look like triplets.
Oh, they got the same hair. That's crazy.
Yeah. We got Margie Love here who says, never say that to a woman, Reg. See, you got to learn here from Margie Love.
Oh, yeah, because I was talking crazy to Denise. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Sleaze Boy says, Beast Thelma Hayek from the movie Dusk Till Dawn.
Sleaze Boy's trying to get his sleaze off over here.
Let me see what's going on here. Oh God, no,
Are you crazy?
No, it's like a red velvet bikini with a snake and shit. I cannot do that. No way. Y'all are wild. Mm-hmm. All right, we got 2 more here. Itty Bitty Diddy Committee says, hey Reg, are you feeling very Olympic today? I don't know what's happening here.
I don't know about that one.
Is it your beanie?
Possibly.
All right, and last one from Itty Bitty Diddy Committee says Lillian Garcia. Nice. Oh no, be nice to Lillian. Itty Bitty Diddy Committee. Come on, we gotta be nice to Lillian. I like Lillian.
She's nice. Right. I like Lillian.
All right. All right, let's see where we're at here. I think that's about it, right? We were pretty much done with the show. Did we get into everything?
I think we got into all the topics on Dynamite.
All righty. All right, guys. That's where we're at with everything. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in to the show. Seriously, we'll be back here. I won't be here Friday because I'll be out of town. Reg, I hear you're going to be out of town too.
Sure am.
Sunday, I will be back for the Halloween Havoc watch along and the Halloween Havoc post show. So make sure you guys come in for that. And then next week, of course, I'll be here for Monday's Raw watch along, Tuesdays NXT, Wednesday. Reg and I will be doing a watch along for Fright Night. And then, of course, SmackDown. And you guys know the rest of the drill. All right, Reg, what do you got?
Tomorrow's Ask Grapsity with Philip Lindsay. Regular Grapsity is on Saturday. And I'll be back for the watch along next week. That's about it.
All righty. And by the way, the Bitty Diddy Committee apologized. It's okay.
You're good.
Thank you for the apology. All right, guys. No, seriously. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having a good time and hanging out with us here today. We appreciate you guys as always, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.